Peace is crucial in the case of the Israel-Iran conflict due to several humanitarian, regional, economic, and global reasons. Here's why. Peace between Israel and Iran is not merely a desirable outcome, it is an urgent necessity, woven into the fabric of humanitarian, regional, economic, and global stability. The consequences of direct conflict between these two nations reach far beyond their borders, threatening countless lives, undermining regional security, and sending shockwaves through the global economy. Understanding why peace is so crucial in the Israel-Iran conflict requires us to look at the complex web of consequences that war would bring and the profound opportunities that peace could create. At the heart of any war are the people, ordinary men, women, and children whose lives are thrown into chaos. A direct military confrontation between Israel and Iran would likely lead to massive civilian casualties. Cities could be transformed into battlegrounds, infrastructure destroyed, and homes reduced to rubble. Hospitals would struggle to treat the injured, and millions could find themselves fleeing for safety, becoming refugees in their own or neighboring lands. The humanitarian cost would be staggering, echoing across generations through trauma, loss, and the breakdown of communities. Both Israel and Iran possess advanced military capabilities. Their arsenals are not limited to conventional weapons. They include sophisticated missile systems, cyber warfare units, and networks of proxies positioned throughout the Middle East. An escalation could quickly spiral, drawing in other actors and igniting proxy wars in countries already struggling with instability, such as Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Yemen. The risk is not just a war between two states, but a regional conflagration that could engulf much of the Middle East. Sectarian tensions might be inflamed, empowering extremist groups who thrive on chaos and division. The hope for a stable, peaceful Middle East would recede even further into the distance. The economic implications are equally profound. The Middle East remains a critical hub for global energy supplies, with oil and gas routes passing perilously close to zones of potential conflict. The Strait of Hormuz, for example, is a lifeline for global oil transport. Any disruption, whether from military action, blockades, or sabotage, would send energy prices soaring. For developing nations already struggling with inflation and poverty, the impact could be catastrophic. Even prosperous economies would not be immune. Markets would tremble, and the ripple effects would touch lives around the world, from fuel prices to food security. Yet the cost of war is not only measured in immediate destruction or economic loss. War sows long-term hatred and seeds of revenge. It scars societies, leaving children to inherit stories of violence and loss rather than hope and opportunity. In peace, children can grow up dreaming of a better future. In war, they are forced to grow up too soon, shaped by fear and uncertainty. The true tragedy is not just in what is lost, but in what is never allowed to grow. Israel is a known nuclear power. Iran is suspected of pursuing nuclear weapons. A full-scale war between Israel and Iran would escalate tensions to unprecedented heights, dramatically increasing the risk of nuclear confrontation. Such a scenario would not only devastate the countries involved, but also pose an existential threat to humanity as a whole. The fallout from nuclear weapons would cross borders, contaminating air, water, and soil, while triggering a humanitarian crisis on a global scale. Preventing this outcome is essential for preserving the future of our planet and all its people. Peace allows both Israeli and Iranian children to grow up in security, hope, and opportunity, rather than fear and revenge. Peace, on the other hand, opens doors. It enables diplomatic engagement, economic cooperation, and cultural exchange, showing the world that even bitter rivals can choose wisdom over enmity. It sets a powerful example for other regions plagued by conflict, demonstrating that dialogue and understanding are not signs of weakness, but acts of courage. Both nations have deep religious traditions that value peace, justice, and the sanctity of life. Faith leaders can be powerful voices for reconciliation, reminding their followers that the sanctity of life transcends borders and political disputes. In their teachings, peace is not merely the absence of war, but the presence of justice, compassion, and dignity. In peace, children bury their parents. In war, parents bury their children. This simple truth reminds us of the stakes. Peace between Israel and Iran is not just about avoiding disaster. It is about choosing hope, dignity, and a better future for all. For peaceful and bright future for our children,